All right, guys, welcome to the Monday Night Call. It is our weekly team Zoom, and we love having special guests on. For those of you that don't know, for newbies or for people that have been, around the block, maybe you do know us, but we are Stephanie and Joel Dunn, number one earners of the company. We didn't start that way. We started as a brand new distributor like everybody else does. And we just wanted, like for me, it was just an extra $1,000. And I just think back of when we did join, it was gas prices were so high. And so right now, that's where my mind keeps going back to is who was in my boat that was barely getting by, that was just looking for a lifeline, an extra way to make a little extra money to maybe help pay with gas right now, and have that freedom to just not be as stressed. I just felt like we were, on a hamster wheel, like I'm ready to do the work. If somebody just tells me to do the work, I will put that in. I didn't know that it was going to be in the form of it works. I thought God was playing a joke on me. So there are those people out there that they're praying for you, for someone, just to share an opportunity with them. So that was kind of our short version because I want to get right down to Danielle. But, these Zooms, I want you guys to hear we all start somehow, whether that's a post or somebody reaching out. So I want you to know there's all these different ways that can happen. But there's somebody out there that was just like me that needed that extra income. And I'm so forever grateful that we were introduced to that. And I hope that tonight's Zoom, hearing this story. And then the best part is I was that person of like, tell me what to do. And Danielle's going to tell us the why she's doing it and the how. And I love her story. You guys talk about the last couple of years. I'll let her share that a little bit, but just hearing it, I think we can either make excuses or we can let those excuses drive us to change. And she is proven that she took quitting off the table. She made no excuses. She was gifted this business and has an opportunity to not only change her life and her families, but other people as well. So I'm excited, you guys. Like, I cannot wait. So I don't even want to say a whole lot more because she's just so.
I know. It's like you're going to spoil the whole thing.
I know, but it's so
She's like
awesome.
the friend that tells you the end of the movie before you watch it.
I know, but you guys, I really want you to know, like, you have a story to tell. And so you may not have an upline or you don't even know who your upline is, but you don't need that to create your platform to go out there and change lives and to speak up and to advocate for yourself. So I think if anything, that was her advocating for herself, shouting herself out a little bit and saying, what she has accomplished, because it is a big deal. One loyal customer is a big deal. Putting up your first reel is a big deal. Getting that first success bonus under your belt is a big deal. And if nobody else, you feel like nobody else sees it, you do it for you, because there's people out there that see that. And then you're going to have people like me that are like, yeah, I need to know your story. Like, you are amazing. And so I know that if it's this important to me, all of you guys are going to think the exact same thing. So anyway, I just wanted to brag on you a little bit.
And guys, that's why it's so important to tag us and stuff too, because so many of these stories go unheard because, like you said, you just don't hear about them. So when you're advocating for yourself, make sure you tag us so that we see it. You will be seen if we see you. And that's how it happens.
So we're going to unmute. We're going to get to it. We're going to hear the why, your story, and then the how. And I love what you're going to have them share to do, because it's literally no excuses. So, all right, Danielle, come in and share with us, because I can't wait. I've got my notes ready, girl. I am ready. So bring it.
Oh my gosh, I am shaking. I feel like this is like a dream, but this is totally like a dream board moment. There was like a second where I was like, is she going to call on me? Wait, I'm not just on a Zoom. I'm actually the one sharing. This is crazy. So you guys, total dream board moment. I am like shaking, but I'm just so excited to share my heart and share all the things with you. And I see all the faces of people that I saw in Nashville. The event was just, oh my God, I just love you guys. So thank you so much for all of you, sideline love, and my team, everything. So you guys, my name is Danielle Janiszewski. I have been in this business for 8 years. I'm a triple diamond leader. And I was a special ed and math teacher. And I really got started in this business to just make a little extra money to help pay for our wedding. My husband wanted an open bar, and I was like, it ain't going to happen. So I knew that I needed to do something a little bit more to make some extra money. And being a teacher, you always did that. You always just tried to find another job. And I always had a tutoring business on the side. And so I was like, whatever, I'll just, give this thing a shot. And I'm just going to make that extra $500 a month. And then I'm going to quit because that's just not for me. Right. So I didn't really do a whole lot the first couple months. I just sold a lot of greens. I was too afraid to talk about the wraps. And then I got this Christmas cash bonus, and I was like, wait a second, like teachers don't just get handed cash. So that was kind of like a light bulb for me, like, oh, they're actually going to pay you money. And then the next month they came out with this diamond bonus, and I was like, if I could get that before the wedding, like I'm going to pay for the whole wedding and not just this open bar. So I got to work. I knew what I had to do because I got the Christmas cash bonus. I just knew I had to do it more, in the same steps over and over again. So I ended up going diamond the month before our wedding, and got the $10,000 bonus, income disclosure, whatever, all that good things. And I actually forgot what my why was, because I had to shift at that point. And then I got pregnant, and I was like, all right, light bulb again. Like now I want to be able to stay home with my baby and not have to put him in daycare. So I was like, if I could go double diamond, I could convince my husband, who thinks this is a hobby, that I am going to be a stay-at-home mom with him and make money from my phone. So I went on maternity leave, and I haven't returned. And he's almost 7. So I have 3 babies. Guys, I have 2 master's degrees. I had a lot of student loans and credit card debt. And that was like the normal, right? Like everybody has credit card debt. And I was like, I'm kind of not wanting to be normal. So I'm going to pay all that off. So I was literally writing, mind you, I'm a teacher. So just drop a 1 if you're a teacher, or if you're like, somebody that makes maybe that kind of money, because it was very hard for me to get out of that bubble, like the $2,000 month bubble. It was very hard. Guys, I was writing checks for $10,000, $12,000. Like my mom was like, oh, we've got this loan. Sure, tell me how much, I'll pay it off. It was crazy. So at that point I was like, oh, like this is where I'm at. My feet are planted, like I can do this. And then I lost triple diamond, and then, all the things happened, right? So social media is a highlight reel. You don't always hear about all like the hard times. So again, been in this business for 8 years. I've had a lot of ups and downs. A lot of people have quit my team, and I've met a lot of incredible people. I'm just going to touch real quick on the hard times that I've had in this business. And I will say probably the last 2 years have been my greatest struggle. I had a miscarriage after my first, and that was probably the most traumatic thing that I had ever been through at that time. But this business had allowed for me to stay in bed for 30 days and take care of myself, and focus on me instead of anything else that I had to do. And as a teacher, I would have never been able to do something like that. 2.5 years ago, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and I was able to, and again, I want you guys to hear the words that I'm saying. I am able to, because you could sit here and talk about all the negative and all the bad and all the hard things, but for me, I was comparing it to me being a teacher. So I was able to hop on a plane and go be with him in the hospital. I was able to fly cross country and be with him and bring him to the cancer treatment centers. So I flew my family to New York, and I lived with him and my mom for 5 to 6 months. And I basically worked my business on the go, bringing him to his cancer treatment centers, and did the best that I could with everything, and had a miscarriage while I was there, a second one. And then I had to go back home, and my father passed away 3 months later. So I actually had gotten a call from the doctor, and she said, you need to come home. This is, your last time that you're going to see him. I was able to get on the plane and not care about money or anything. And I was able to be with him for 5 days in the hospital and hold his hand and put my phone down and not do anything. And that is what residual income is so nice about. As a teacher, I would have had to probably take personal time and not get paid. So obviously that was the greatest struggle of my entire life. I went back home, and he passed away 2 days later. And I was able to find my whole family home to be with my mom and be with my family. And I was able to really put my phone down and be with my family and be present. And I didn't have to stress about anything else. I really could be in the moment with them. So I was able to be with my mom and help her. And while my siblings, there was 4 of us, they all had to go back to their jobs, I was able to be with her. I was able to stay with her. I was able to help her until I felt that it was time for me to go. So I stayed with her for a month and a half with my kids, and I went back home to Arizona. Um, and that was probably the greatest struggle of my entire life. But I will say that because of this business, I was able to do all those things. And the one thing that I just want to say about that is life is going to get hard. It is going to get hard. So if you could see what I could see, you would get to work. If you could see the things that I could see and the things that I have been through and the things that I've been allowed to do because of this business, life has been really hard, but because of this business, I was able to do this, 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 and this. Like the plane ticket, the not worrying about money, the time off, the packing my family up and going cross country and living with them, the cancer treatment centers that I drove my dad to 10 hours away, 12 hours away. I would have never been able to do any of that. And I don't know if my siblings would have been able to do any of it either. And my mom wasn't able to drive him. So what would he have done?
I think
So,
that is such
yes.
a huge thing for you guys. I hope that you caught that, because as you're sharing this, we're all going to have something. You may know somebody, if cancer hasn't hit your family, it may, or you may know somebody that it has. You may know somebody that's had a miscarriage. Maybe you haven't, but you know somebody that has, all of the things. Being a teacher, and I think a special ed teacher, and only making $2,000, that's crazy to me. Like, that's a lot of work. Like, all of those things. And I think we're crazy if we think that life isn't going to happen to us.
One of the things that she said that I want to spell it out for you guys plain when listening to her story is, one of the reasons to build this looking ahead to the future is that you're going to come across hard times.
Mm-hmm.
So are you digging your well before you need the water? Are you building this for the just in case it might happen?
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the things that you don't see today as reasons why you should be building a massive business and helping as many people as you possibly can, because you just don't know what if is going to happen.
I mean, I'm looking at all the comments, and I mean, I was like holding back, like tears started coming up, because I get it. I've been there. I know it. And, to have that freedom, I don't want to say freedom when you're going through hard times. It doesn't feel like freedom. It's hard. That doesn't go away, but to be able to look back and go, wow, I would have missed so much of that. Mm-hmm. And to be able to do that. So I think you got to have a why, and it's going to constantly change, you guys. Yeah. And so I think once you know the why, is next is the how. And those are the things that we're like, well, you knew your why. Maybe I don't have a why yet. I think those are some things. Peel back the onion. Is it gas money? Like, maybe you do have a really good job. We're not saying to quit your job or anything like that. Like, maybe you love your job. Maybe that's your passion. But what if you wanted a second home or more time with your family? There's going to be things that, you have in this that you're going to have for your why. So I want to make sure that we really talk a little bit, write those things down, because whys keep you in. Like, that is something, and it's not always for you, because I think sometimes we can be greedy and think this is all about me, but your story is going to change somebody else's life and impact that for generations. And you're going to hear so much about that when you get to heaven. Like, that's the part that's kind of a cool thing, is you're touching lives and you don't even realize that. And so I'm just, like I said, I'm so grateful, Danielle, that you shared that, what you were doing, because we do highlight and see the reward of, oh my gosh, you just did 3 success bonuses, like, and you had all of that crazy life going on. Now, how did you do that? Like,
this is where you guys start taking really good notes.
Yeah, because that's a lot. Like, it's easy to just curl up in a ball and be like, yeah, I'm done. But so how did you take that first step? Like, tell us that.
So I think the number one thing for me is that I always took quitting off the table. It was just never an option for me to bow out. You know what I mean? Like I knew like, and I'm going to be totally, blunt here, but like after my dad passed away, like I miss positive Polly on social media and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Well, normally anybody would be like, you have the greatest excuses to bow out, right? But I knew in the back of my head, I had taken quitting off the table. So I wasn't going to quit. I knew I was going to get through it. I just had no idea how I was going to get through it. So for me, when I'm struggling with something at great length, I don't have an upline, you guys. I have nobody to go to. So I go to sidelines, or I'll go to our VIP page. So I actually posted in the VIP page and was like, my dad just passed away and I don't know how to get out of this funk. What do I do? And the people that reached out to me, I'm forever grateful for. And it truly was just like, you just have to take one day at a time and figure it out and get through those hurdles. And that's exactly what I did. And I eventually got to the point where I was back into the groove of where I felt comfortable. So here's my thing where I'm going to kind of share like probably the last like 6 months. I knew I needed to make some changes in where I was at with my business. I had actually launched a potential distributor page when my dad was sick. Like I'd started it right before he got sick. So it really went on the back burner. So I relaunched that and kind of, put a couple videos in there, try to make it pretty basic, but my team was telling me I'm struggling with signing distributors. So that was my number one way that I was trying to help them with signing distributors and working on conversations there. Then my new distributor training, I just felt like I needed to revamp it. So again, reaching out to sidelines, and I'm going to shout out the socialites. There's 12 of us girls that we locked arms. Most of us don't have an upline. Some of us do, but we really locked arms together and worked so well together. And that is what sidelines are all about. So I'm just so thankful for them. And we kind of put our heads together with stuff. And I said, listen, I need to revamp my new distributor training. So what can I do? And it was like, okay, like messenger party. Okay, well, it scared me, but like, all right, fine. I'll try to figure it out. So I had to revamp some things. And when I revamped them, I was kind of like, okay, I'm ready. Like, where are you at? Like, where's the flood? Right. And so I sat and I kept doing all the things. I was doing things consistently and I kept sitting, waiting. And I was like, all right, what's not happening here? So on January 6th, I had a conversation with Sam Bowers and I said to her, I'm ready, but I don't know what I need to do. Like nothing's happening. It's not coming. And she said, well, nothing comes from your comfort. Nothing good ever came from your comfort zone. And I was like, oh God, like, fine. Like, what do I have to do? You guys, I'm telling you, I've been avoiding TikToks for so long because I'm 40 years old now. Nobody wants to see a 40-year-old woman dancing in front of TikTok going like this. Like, that's all I thought in my head. And I had all the excuses. I'm too busy. I don't have time, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? I had all the excuses and it made sense for me not to do it. But when Sam told me that, I was like, son of a nutcracker. All right, here we go. I've been doing this business for 8 years. And I know that when I jump out of my comfort zone 2 feet in, great things come from it. So I screenshot it and I sent it to my team and I said, I'm jumping 2 feet in. Who's coming with me? So you guys, I had no idea what I was doing. If you go back to my first TikToks, I'm going to pray for you because they're terrible. I'm literally standing on my front porch like they're crazy. They're terrible. They're so bad. So you guys, I just started doing them and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was following the people that knew what they were doing. Okay. So I'm going to shout out 3 people that I was following: Sam Bowers, Tavia Monet, and Caitlin Snyder. I was like, I'm just going to follow them. They know the sounds. They know the stuff. I don't have time to like dive into those things. So I'm just going to copy them. I'm just going to duplicate them. And I'm just going to have fun while I'm doing it. Whether I look stupid or not, it's okay. So you guys, I truly and honestly made a 100%, like just 100% pivot. Like I just totally switched things around. I was doing them for probably 1 to 2 months, super, super consistently. And then the flood that I was ready for happened. I grew my following in 1 month. I think it was like 30,000 or 40,000. And I'm up to 50,000 followers on Facebook in the last couple months. So basically what I did is I was doing exactly what they were telling me to do. 3 reels. I would post them in the morning. Now, mind you, pause for a hot second. I have 3 kids, 6, 4, and 1. The 1-year-old is basically a growth on me. I'm not kidding you. At 3 o'clock in the morning, she's going to wake up in her crib. She's going to cry for me. She won't go back to bed unless I sleep in the air mattress next to her crib. For the love of Pete. It's not fun. You guys, I'm not kidding you. So I really do, like, I run around with my head cut off. I don't have time to be doing reels. So here's what I did. Oh, and by the way, my husband's gone for 30-day work trips at it, like all the time. He's gone right now. That's why this gave me anxiety, because I had to get all 3 kids down by 8 o'clock. So you guys, one day a week, I would spend on content. I would change my outfit probably, like, realistically, probably like 7 to 10 times. I would just do whatever I had to do. That I would save them. I would not allow myself to even scroll on TikTok until my content day. That's how disciplined I was. I was like, okay, if you're going to do this, this is how you're going to do it. You can take a step away from stories. You can take a step away maybe from posting a little bit, but you're doing one day of content. Okay, hear me when I say that. And then you guys, once things started taking off, I was like, you can't take time away from stories. You're getting like 1,000 views on everything. You can't stop posting on Facebook because everybody's seeing all the things you're doing. So I was doing, now you're also thinking, oh my God, how does she have that much like content to build, like with products? It wasn't products. It was 80% like funny, silly, whatever, recreating the things that people were already doing. So duplicating other people. It was like 80%. I did not even have to think about what I was doing. I just had to put the camera on. If I felt like I looked, put a filter on. Like, this is what I look like. Like, I never do my hair and makeup. I really don't. So just do whatever you have to do to make it work. Put the filter on, whatever, ring light if you feel like you need it. Where was I? What was I saying with that? Oh, 80% was the repeat, just duplicating what they're doing. And then 10% was the products. And I'm doing gummies, smoothie. And honestly, I did one wrap one. I just fast forwarded me wrapping myself and it blew up. And I was like, I need to do that again. Like, that was crazy. So the gummies, the smoothies, and the wrap, I do a little bit, just dabble, like 10%. And then the business, I'm just trying, of course, now with like everything, I'm just super, super careful with like the words I use, because I'm used to saying like debt free and, you know, things that you're not supposed to say now. So I'm just trying to be really careful with how I do word things. But I do like 10% the business. And you guys, like, my reels were taking off. So I'd put them on TikTok. I would get the logo off using Snaptic. And then I would put them on Facebook and Instagram. Hear me when I say this. This is very important. And this was going along with being very disciplined. I did not look at those reels ever. I didn't check how many views they had. I didn't check how many comments they had, because that right here, that's when you start overthinking and overcomplicating everything. So I totally just said, I'm going to post them and I'm going to be done. So I would do 3 in the morning, and then I would do 1 to 2 at night if I had the content. And most often I typically did. My personal results, huge. 14 easy. When that came out, I was like, here we go. If you're going to dive all in, 2 feet in, you have got to have personal results, not ones from the cleanse from 3 years ago. You just had a baby, 3 kids, C-sections. You got to be using your personal results. So you guys, I worked so hard to get those babies approved. And as soon as I did, I was like, praise Jesus, we're going to the bank with this. So every time I do a reel or whatever, I'm like dropping the picture in the comments. And then I was getting so many views on like my stories. I was like, these people don't even think I'm a real person. I need to show them I'm a real person. Even Hot Mess Express mom with a baby on her hip. So I started doing live videos. You guys, people were like, smoothie, 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 gummies, gummies, gummies. I was like, I had to ask people to stop commenting and send me a message. That's how much the flood was coming in. I was like, guys, just stop writing it below. I can't keep up. Can you guys just message me the words? And then they were messaging me gummies. And I was like, holy crap, like, this is the flood. This is insane. So these people, 50,000 people, I had to show them that I was a real person and holding a baby, making a smoothie. And she literally was probably crying half the time because she probably wanted to drink the smoothie. So showing that I was a real person helped me so much, and having my personal results. And I always talk about my personal results. I don't shut up about it. So I lead with the gummies, or I lead with the smoothie. And then I always upsell the 14 easy pack. And I don't want to say I made my own packs, but I like the gummies I need. So I made little pictures of like the smoothie with the gummies, and then the cleanse and the coffee. So, okay, I'm going to let you interject, and then I'm going to go into the success bonus.
Yeah, you guys, I want you guys to hear something. She was like, I'm all in. I'm getting that before and after picture so that you can drop it in. Is it worth investing $200 in product to make $17,000, whatever, however many bonuses you've earned? Do you guys, would you do that? Would you invest right now, today, $200 to make $4,000? It's a 14-day easy. You're committed to 14 days.
Would you spend 200 to make 1,000?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like saying, you know, the success bonus, you're going to get people asking you what you're doing. Your demeanor changes, your confidence changes, everything about you changes. And when you are on a roll, I am like all in with Danielle. Does anybody else feel like that? Like drop a one, because I'm like, Danielle, whatever you're going to tell me to do, I'm going to go do it. So, okay, we can copy the right cat and just do it. But there's so many of us that are afraid of what are people going to think? I mean, we've gotten to, for so long, Instagram was this perfect world with filters and everything. And so we're like, what are people going to think? But that's what they want, just the real us. And then they see the real results with you. I do have a question. So when did you commit to going, okay, I am going to do these TikToks, I'm going to do these reels? When did you start? I think that's the key that people want to know. Was it recently? Was it 6 months
January
ago?
6th. Like I literally had the conversation with Sam Bowers on January 6th. And I think I had a content day within the next, because I had no content. I didn't have anything. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't have 0 drafts in TikTok. So I gave myself, of course, with the kids, I was like, all right, when can I make this work? So I probably waited. So it was probably like January 10th. Realistically, I started with the content. And then it took off within 2 months of me being super consistent.
You guys, that was only 3 months ago. So how excited are you that you're like, I can decide tonight to get off of this Zoom, decide what your content day is going to be. Maybe you are one that you can do it all the time, but I think if people just know to stay focused and go, okay, this is my day, do it, change your outfits, whatever. I love that she really told you guys 80% was not about business and not about product. You don't need to be an expert at any of that stuff. It's just getting something out there. And I love that she'll share the one reel that like kind of blew up. That's not your face. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I really want those, like that's huge. But you gotta, like you said, dig in, go follow her. And she gave you guys such key points. I really want to make you understand. Do not look at the comments and likes. Just do it, because you don't know. Now she could have success with a reel, a TikTok that you're not going to, but that doesn't mean that you stop, because you're going to have that out there. You're going to be creating your before and after pictures over the next 14 days. Go order tonight, invest in yourself, because that is the best investment that you can do, is get that product. Okay, enough of that. I just wanted to make sure people knew your window, because I think sometimes people think you've been doing this for 8 years, so you have all of this content that you've had for 8 years. No, any of you, a brand new distributor starting today, is going to blow it up. And I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, when you're doing 14 days to get your results, that's going to make you money. So be super good with your pictures, be super good with the food that's going in your mouth. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Make sure you're doing everything you possibly can do to get the best possible results, because that's going to make you money. That's going to take it to the bank, kind of thing. So be really good with those results, or with that 14 days. So my thing with the success bonus, I knew that I had to. Now I'm just going to back up just a second. Christmas cash bonus, you guys, September 1st, I had heard about it. For 3 months, I did not get anything. And I shouldn't say that. I got 7 $150 bonuses. I'll take it. But no new distributors were taking off for me. Huge red flag. That was why I knew I had to make a shift with my new distributor training. I knew I had to change something up. So once I made that shift, I knew I had to really spoon feed my new distributors and hold their hand way more. I'm kind of red. So I'm like, okay, but like, here you go. You should really be doing this. I really needed to spoon feed more. So that was the shift that I made. I was really, really focused on helping those new distributors. And most of them, because of messenger parties, were really enrolling all their customers. And most of them got the distributor as well. And they were adding them into the potential distributor page. And then I was helping with the conversation there. So that was really the biggest
stop you right there? I'm gonna, if you have your party that you do, will you drop that to me? I think a lot of people are maybe in your boat, like, where do I get that? Or who do I ask? And that's, I think, a good thing to have when you have a large team and you're just like, I don't know. I want to make sure everybody has that, because you guys, ultimately, I would love for corporate to see something like this and have it in our back office, so that if you feel like, I don't have an upline, but I want to do one of those online parties that I just heard on a replay of this Zoom, where do I go? You have all of it to do yourself, so that there is literally nothing holding you back. So that's why I'm like, I want to hear all of that, because I'm thinking bigger picture, guys, bigger vision, because you guys are, it's awesome what's coming. Anyway, okay, continue on.
No, you're good. You're good. And the thing is with the messenger party is that with my new distributors before, I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's post this. Let's ask these people to be your customer. Whereas now it's like, hey, let's get 10, 15, 20 people in a messenger party. That's literally your goal for the next 5 days, for the first 5, 6 days. So you want that messenger party scheduled as soon as possible. And then that's all they're messaging people about. So by the time the messenger party happens, and let's be honest, I'm doing the messenger party, they're learning so much. It's like they're training. Then after the messenger party, all they're doing is following up with all the people they invited. Then they're starting to get more comfortable talking to people. So instead of just throwing them right in right away, I feel like the messenger party has been a total game changer for me because of that.
Yeah, I love that.
And in the messenger party, I'm sharing my personal results, and I'm sharing my personal story. So people are seeing, my results and my story with the business.
Is anybody else excited about that? Hearing just how she knew she had to make a change. So for those of you that are just like, I've been in a while, maybe it's been 8 years, maybe it's 3 years, maybe you're new, but you're just ready. Like when you have that moment of like, I'm ready, then you're going to do it. I love the idea of like, okay, the messenger party. I think we all think, oh my God, I need to know the exact details of what it is. Everybody's going to do it a little different. I'll get yours. I think there's a few different ones that are around, but again, if we could just streamline something so that I'm seeing in the chat, I want to be in a messenger party. I think also, as you're growing, you don't want, now for me, thousands of people, because that could get lost. So doing smaller ones, I don't know if that's something that you do recommend, but at this point, it's just getting started and doing it, guys. It's like copy and paste, basically.
So I was in Nashville, and I'm going to say first, that was incredible. And I got asked to speak on stage, and that was really, really great. And people, I think that helped me with the belief also, but people did ask me for the messenger party. So I actually created a board. Do you want me to just put the link in the chat?
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. Okay. You guys want, actually, should we ask, would you guys like the link in there?
Put a exclamation point.
Put a unicorn emoji, like we'll drop it all. I don't know. This video is gonna go viral for you. Like, we just appreciate it. I think just new faces is so needed too, Danielle. And so I so appreciate you being bold enough to making that change and sharing all of it. So it's like Rachel Jones, watch out. We got somebody else coming in and sharing. Woohoo!
I was on stage with Rachel.
Yeah. I mean, we have the best leadership, you guys. So I think, you're just going to be rewarded that much more. But okay. Was there something else? I know I kind of cut you off, but
no, you're good. So 2 things and then I'm done. Okay. So I want you guys to really turn your cameras on, put your phones down, just listen, put your pencils down. I really want you guys to just listen right now. I'm literally telling you that my business completely made a shift because I was able to step outside my comfort zone. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you have to do reels and you have to do TikToks and you have to dance in front of a camera and like all the things. But what I am going to tell you, I know that you know that you're afraid to do something, whatever that may be, whether it's to get your own personal results, whether it is to try TikToks and reels, whether it's to reach out to those people that you really want on your team, but you're so afraid to reach out to them, whatever it is, I want you to think of that right now. I was so deathly afraid of dancing in front of a camera because it was embarrassing. And because this is what I look like. I never do my hair and makeup. I'm really crazy busy. But I jumped 2 feet in and I made a decision because I've been in this business for 8 years and I know that nothing good comes from that comfort zone. So I want you guys to all think of the comfort zone that you're in and what's keeping you from stepping outside of it. You're on this Zoom for a reason. I want you guys to drop a 500 if you are ready to step outside that comfort zone, not just 1 foot, 2 feet. You have got to look at it. Look at it. You guys, 2 feet, you've got to commit. You can't just tiptoe into the TikToks because then you're going to overcomplicate. Then you're going to overthink everything. You have got to jump 2 feet in and you've got to commit and you've got to do it and do it and do it and do it. And people keep telling you that it's going to work. You've just got to figure out how to make it work for you. Again, I say reels, TikToks, just do it and get it done and bite the bullet, but that may look different for you. Everyone works their business and runs their business differently. Okay, last thing, and then I'm done. I had no time to do some videos one day and I was like, whatever, I'm just going to take some gummies. I'm going to put them in my hand. So there was like maybe like 10 gummies in my hand and I'm literally videotaping my hand. The lighting probably was terrible. And I'm rolling them around in my hand like this, videotaping it. And I put the host to post up top. So the host to post for like gummies is like, if you could chew 2 gummies a day and write that one. I put it at the top. And then I put at the very bottom, text gummies to, and I put my phone number. I put my phone number on everything. You guys, I posted it. I'm pretty sure it went viral. I'm pretty sure I got a ton of text messages from that. That is my challenge for you. You don't have to get out there and like show your face and be crazy, whatever, if it freaks you out, but you do have to allow yourself to step outside that comfort zone. So that was my challenge for you.
You guys, so go get your gummies. If you don't have gummies, go order gummies so that you can roll around some gummies in your hand. And it's weird because I think people think there's something that's going to happen. So people are drawn into the weirdest things, right? So I love that Danielle just gave us something that we can tangibly go do. Literally, you guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. I think the less perfect it is, the better it is for everything. But what I want you guys to hear is when she jumped all in, doing the reels, doing the TikToks, that creates more network for more eyes on what you are all about. So yes, you still want to do your stories. You still want to do some posting. You will still want to do that because when people do follow you, they're going to now go, what is Danielle about in real life? Oh my gosh, she's three kids, basically a single mom half the time, just went through all this hard stuff and she's making an income doing some extra stuff from her phone. I want to know more about that. Or holy cow. Okay. I got into this scene, her results, but you can make money doing that too. Mm-hmm. What do? How can I do this? So, we want to make sure that you're growing your network. That is probably the number one thing is more eyes on you equals more customers and distributors and more people to follow up with. But it sounds like you can't even follow up because everybody's coming to you. So I think that is the key is you guys in a couple months, you could have exactly what Danielle has and be the next one that's sharing on the Zoom. So I think that's the best encouraging thing is, I see a lot of comments and stuff like, well, where do I look for content? What do I do? She just said 3 names, follow Danielle, go to top leaders. When you see and hear of things, go follow them and do that. You don't have to, you can Google it. If you want to know and you're ready to do something, you're going to go dig and find everything you can. But I think you've given us everything. You've given us the board app, you guys, for now you can do the party. So the invite. So if you want to grow your team, so if you're having the success with enrolling distributors, but your team isn't, let's do some of the parties that way. If you're just like, I'm ready to have the floodgate open, you got to be consistent with create your content day, do those reels, be consistent, don't look, and just do all the things. But I appreciate that. I think there was plenty of notes to be had on this Zoom. I know we went a little bit over. I don't think anybody going to be sad about that.
No, nobody's crying about that.
I'm not, you guys. So are you thankful for Danielle? If you are, just give her some love in the comments, because I'm constantly just in awe of our leaders and the people that persevere through things when there's times where we feel like we're alone and nothing else is going on in people's lives. And we don't realize that you may be going through a divorce, you may be going through cancer, you may be losing a parent. You know, there's a lot of things that could be going on, depression, like all of those things. You're not alone. And I keep seeing it. We're all opening up more and more, and that your story matters, that you are made for so much more, and you stay the course. God brought you to this business for a reason. He didn't just bring you here to bring you here. He brought you here because you have a purpose to go out, not only change your life, but others. And I just appreciate our leadership so much. And you guys, it is not really quite mid-month. So do you know where you're going? I think tonight, after tonight, know how close are you to that next success bonus? Is that what you want? Write down your goals. Be so laser focused on knowing where you're going. And then we have C'est La Vie. Don't want to forget about that. You know, making sure that you're on target for all of the things that you really want to go after, because it is all possible for every single one of you that is on the Zoom. And I'm just excited. There's a lot just of excitement around with new faces, just a lot of new. That's my word this year, was new. And I just feel like it's just constantly in my face. So I appreciate you guys. We will see you again. If you don't know, to make sure that you schedule our Monday night Zooms for 8 p.m. Eastern, you know, and if you have sidelines and you want to invite them, same code every Monday night at 8 p.m. We just want all of you to have mass success. Danielle, any last, or you're good? You gave us a challenge.
My gosh, I'm so good. I'm so good. I just can't wait to hear from people that are jumping 2 feet into whatever they're going with their new comfort zone.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Thank you for taking time. Oh my gosh,
thank you so much.
Crazy day. All right. We'll see you guys again next week, Monday. Love you guys.
Go jump 2 feet in.